Can you imagine being born into this world and having absolutely everything? Perfect body and almost superhuman athletic abilities? Being lucky enough to be born in a historical period in which you're not only worshipped as a god, but inherit the most powerful empire on earth without lifting a finger? Today, we're talking about Amenhotep II, the athlete pharaoh who inherited an empire. Amenhotep II was the 7th pharaoh of Egypt's 18th dynasty, reigning approximately between 1427 and 1401 BCE. He was the son of the great pharaoh Thutmose III, one of ancient Egypt's most successful conquerors. This means Amenhotep II was born into the heart of a powerful, expanding Egypt during its imperial age. From a young age, he was trained for war, politics, and sports, following the heroic model of his father, and he certainly lived up to it. This channel is also young and ready for war. Subscribe and help me create a great empire. One of the most striking things about Amenhotep II is the image he crafted for himself, that of a man who was strong, agile, fast, and nearly superhuman. According to inscriptions from his time, he excelled in archery, rowing, chariot racing, and other physical feats. In one relief, he is even shown shooting arrows powerful enough to pierce a thick copper board. Likely propaganda, but an effective way to bolster his image as a man-god. He was one of the first pharaohs to ensure his legacy was tied to physical strength, in the style of mythical heroes. This glorification of physical prowess wasn't random. Amenhotep II wanted to show he was just as powerful as his father and physically fit to maintain the empire. His father, Thutmose III, had taken Egypt to the height of its power, conquering lands in Syria, Palestine, and Nubia. When Amenhotep II took the throne, the empire was at its peak. Still, he had to carry out military campaigns, especially in Western Asia, to maintain control over the conquered territories. One of his best documented campaigns was in Syria, where he crushed rebellions and reasserted Egyptian dominance. Official accounts portrayed him as ruthless and brutal, executing prisoners and taking hostages to send a clear message: disobedience would not be tolerated. Amenhotep II ruled during the so-called Golden Age of the New Kingdom, especially during the most powerful phase of the 18th dynasty. His father, Thutmose III, had expanded Egypt's reach like never before, turning it into an international imperial power, with vassal states in Syria, Canaan, Phoenicia, Palestine, and Nubia. This meant that when Amenhotep II ascended the throne, he inherited a well-organized, prosperous, and military-dominant empire. The government was centralized. The priesthood wasn't yet powerful enough to challenge the pharaoh, as it would later with the priest of Amun. And the economy was strong thanks to the tribute and trade with conquered regions. However, this doesn't mean his reign was without conflict. The empire, although stable, required constant reaffirmation through force, especially in the northern and southern territories, Asia and Nubia. Although his reign wasn't as glorious as that of his father or his grandson, Amenhotep III, it was crucial for consolidating the Egyptian empire during a period of stability. He is also remembered for his pride and self-sufficiency. Some texts suggest that he didn't need the counsel of gods or men, which says a lot about how he viewed himself. All the illustrations you see me creating are available in my online store. You have the link in the description and in the comments box. During Amenhotep II's reign, traditional Egyptian religion wasn't seriously questioned by the people, nor was his divine status as pharaoh. On the contrary, Amenhotep II reinforced the traditional vision of the pharaoh as a near-divine being, a strong, invincible, and the protector of cosmic order, the Mahat. In fact, some of his inscriptions show that he rejected relying on oracles or priests, essentially saying, "I don't need to consult the gods, I act on my own will." This suggests that he saw himself as so close to the divine that he didn't need religious intermediaries, a kind of divine autonomy in power. That said, the religious tensions that would arise shortly after with the heretic pharaoh Akhenaten, Amenhotep II's grandson, had not yet surfaced. The cult of Amon and its clergy were still strong and growing, but not to the point of challenging pharaonic authority. Amenhotep II was buried in tomb KV35, located in the Valley of the Kings, near Thebes, modern-day Luxor, on the western bank of the Nile. This tomb is particularly interesting due to both its architecture and later history. It was discovered in 1898 by archaeologist Victor Loret. The tomb follows a typical 18th dynasty design with sloped corridors, decorated chambers, a shaft to deter robbers, and the burial chamber at the end. He is estimated to have died between 40 and 50 years old, which was relatively advanced age for the time. His body shows signs of being strong and muscular, aligning with descriptions of his youth as an athlete and warrior. There's no evidence of serious diseases or skeletal deformities. No signs of violent wounds, fractures, or fatal trauma were found, so it is believed he died of natural causes, likely from age-related illness or an infection that didn't leave visible marks on the bones. Like other pharaohs, Amenhotep II was not just a ruler, but a living god, an embodiment of absolute power. His almost divine, perfect image was carefully crafted to ensure admiration and control. This portrayal of a superhuman whose will was law is strangely similar to how we see many corporate leaders and celebrities today. In modern times, the cult of the body, material success, and ego seems to dominate, with an obsession over appearance and social status. This focus on abandoning the spiritual in favor of ego and tangible success reflects a pharaonic mentality, where the individual becomes the center of everything. Yet, no matter how much we polish our image or inherit an empire, death is the inevitable fate that awaits us all. No pharaoh, no matter how powerful, could escape it, and ego, wealth, and status couldn't prevent it. We're left with the question: will we continue down the path of ego worship? Or will we find a more authentic balance between the material and the spiritual? Remembering that in the end, power and appearances can't stop the inevitable, our mortality.